Hey everybody, this is Keller Batson of Batson Enterprises, and I guess we've had some questions about how to set up the thread carriage that comes with our wrap machines, the Forecast and the Alps, both. So, got one here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I like to set this guy up. Got a spare O-ring for the Alps wrapper, Forecast wrapper. The adapter for a larger thread spool, and we've got our carriage. So we slide it on to the railing. Now, people have been asking, how exactly do we wind the thread through this guy to get the proper tension and stuff? Now, this is how I do it. There's guys that will maybe set this up a little differently who also get good tension on their thread and don't snap their thread or don't make it too tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I like to do this. We put the thread on the back right peg, go around the two left pegs into the first ceramic line guide. I'm gonna take it off here and show you close up. So around from this peg, put the thread on this peg, around these two pegs, through the first ceramic line guide, and then in between these two metal plates. So I take my thread, push it in between those two plates, go all the way around until you're past the tension spring here. Make sure you're inside the tension spring, and then out and into the front ceramic line guide. Now, this feels too tight to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this screw here. This nut, still a little tight. And that feels about right to where it's not super easy to pull off, but not so hard to pull off that it's gonna snap when I'm wrapping my rod. There's a couple little things I like to do with these thread carriages to upgrade them just a little bit. First of all, put my tag out on this spare peg here. Obviously, razor blade goes on my magnet there. But I'm gonna show you guys on one of the thread carriages I use daily, the difference between this and this. I like to take a tip top and replace this front ceramic line guide. Because over time, as you run thread through this ceramic can wear, it'll wear through a little bit, and it can put a fray in the line, a discoloration sometimes. So on all of my personal thread carriages, I replace that front ceramic line guide with a tip top. Very easy. I think it's a size 10.5. I just pop this off. You can see, comes off pretty easy. Get some tip-top adhesive and just pop it on there. And I find that it's a much more durable, smooth surface for the thread to go through. If it can stand up to braided fishing line or monofilament fishing line, it certainly is going to stand up to this light thread. One other thing I could talk about is if you find that you've got some wobble, as you can see, this guy's a little loose on here. In order to tighten those, you come underneath, you've got these screw here, this bearing bolt and screw. Just take a Phillips head and tighten it on there and twist the bolt, and it'll readjust these, tighten them so that when you're sliding your thread carriage on the rail, it's tighter and doesn't slide around so much. All right, so to tie it all together, I'm gonna go through this process all the way through to wrapping a guide. So I've got a nice Judge crankbait, 7-foot medium power. It's a 10 to 17 pound, 1/4 to 3/4 ounce blank. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys with this red thread. This is red Alps 9326A Alps thread. We're gonna pretend I have a guide here. I'm just gonna do a quick wrap. Over twice, pop it over there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take my razor blade, cut my tag. That's enough for the demonstration. Take my tag out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut. Pull it through, and I put it back onto this right peg in front of the thread spool, right there. Tighten this up a little bit. Retrieve my razor blade from the magnet to the left of the thread tensioning device. Slice it off. That's how I like to use the Alps Thread Carriage. Now there's a million ways to skin a cat, but that's how I like to do it. Mahalo. Keller Batson signing off.